Okay, let's talk about racism. Hi guys, it's Luna. Sorry if the videos are going to be very quick and nothing. The video format might change between me doing speed arts and me just putting in random pictures and talking over them. My editing software is just, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't know what's happening with any of the editing softwares I'm using. I don't have money to buy any other ones, and I have what I have. Okay, I'm working around it, I guess. I'm trying. Like, give me a breather for a second, you know? So it's gonna be weird. But I want to talk about the Steven Universe commercial or PSA things, whatever. They're more like ads. I was talking about it in a live stream, and then I did a little bit more research on it. I think it's kind of meh. The controversy behind it is just a bunch of people yelling and screaming because the blacks are really popular now, so let's talk about it now. First of all, Cartoon Network is a company. Let's not forget that, and let's not ignore that. They are not doing this for their best intentions. Rebecca Sugar might, and the people behind it might. However, they still have limitations given to them by that company. They may not see it, but they're there. Example, I would think your first PSA wouldn't be about interracial couples. I would think the first thing would be talking about not directly being racist towards someone, whether that's shitting on little black girl's hair, whether that's bullying kids for that, like an extreme thing that happens every day to children their age. No, interracial couples, so we're going to talk about towards the kids that think girls are gross. Yes, that's what's important. Hell, kids are more confused by a boy and a boy being together than they would ever be about the racism. Not to say these things don't happen, obviously stuff like this happens, but when you're still playing on a playground, how many kids you know that age getting together, period? Most of the time, that's his little girlfriend or boyfriend type thing is more pushed by the parent or the legal guardian. It's not usually pushed by the kid. Usually they're like, I don't like her, or even if they like someone, they're not going to outwardly say it because that person may not feel the same way because they're a child. They're not going to be thinking like that. They're going to think, I hope we get chicken nuggets for dinner tonight. Like, they're not going to be thinking like that. And if you think majority of children think like that, some probably do. Actually, I know for a fact some do. But you shouldn't be pushing that at that age. They're children. But that's my opinion. But there are way too many critiques I have written down on this notepad in front of me that I don't want to bore you with. But that's just one of them, of just like, you could have done this way better. And for the people who are just like, no, you guys need to stop complaining because it's perfectly fine, I want you to know how this comes off to me. Don't criticize how this should come off and what they do. Just be glad you have something anyways. Which at this point is kind of irritating because that's the way it comes off when people do that. It's different when you're talking about the people who say that this never happens, this is unrealistic. In some cases it is, but you know what I mean. That racism isn't a thing anymore. That's different. But most of the time it's people genuinely critiquing these PSAs so they can be better and more informed children about things they will actually go through in their day-to-day lives, and also educate people on things that happen maybe not all the time, but sometimes. And I think you should probably address the things that they go through all the time and also address the things they go through sometimes. You can do both. Hell, you didn't even need Cartoon Network to do that. I'm sure many activists and groups that you copy and pasted on your website, because I saw that. The website's weird for me. I can't see any of the videos, but I see a little copy and pasted websites that you have that I've seen in almost everyone's Twitter threads. But whatever, those same people would be glad to pay a creator, whether that's a black creator, it most likely has to be a black creator, or someone to make a PSA just like this. I'll have you a bit more informed on what you should be talking about and help push that, whether it's just having Cartoon Network or Rebecca Sugar or whoever's name behind it. And that's a genuine critique that could happen. People obviously are just like, well, it's not plausible because obviously they're not doing it. But that's still a thing they should be doing. I don't care what they want to do. I don't care what they probably will do. I'm talking about what they should do. Because if you aren't going to do what you should do, then why do it at all? But again, it's not that bad of a PSA. It's just, it could be expanded upon better, or it could have been done better, or came out in a different way. I'm just saying, even the second one was pretty okay. I didn't have that much problems with the second one. It didn't really work because the whole argument they have with Black history can also turn around on them, and people could go and say, well, these Black people that say they invented this, well, the origins of the parts that they made and stuff like that actually come from white people. And then that Black thing could also be going on other people because other people's history has been erased in America. So it all could be like just backfire on them because it's not really that solid of an argument. But then again, it's for children, so that's just more of like a backfiring on the parents and the people who are more influencing the children than the actual children themselves. But when it comes to the children part, kids understand that. Like a kid watching Cartoon Network, probably someone under the age you would need to be in middle school, yeah, I can understand them watching that and thinking, oh yeah, don't be racist. That's fine. But as an older adult or as a teenager or someone in middle school, you have more questions than that and you have to expand on that. So when I see a bunch of older people that aren't in elementary school, questioning things, asking questions, showing the contradictions, showing the flaws, and people being like, well, you should just be glad we gave you anything, basically. It's like, bruh, of course they're gonna be a little bit annoyed with this or being like, that's the dumbest argument or this is dumb, because they have a bigger brain capacity than an elementary schooler. They're gonna have critical thinking skills, so they're gonna want to expand upon that. And to be fair, the ones that would be questioning this type of stuff on Twitter are definitely the ones that you're arguing with right now. You're not arguing with the elementary schooler that's mad because this is annoying. You're arguing with a critical thinking adult that needs more information, that doesn't need something spoon-fed to them, and needs information to expand upon your point. Or at least you need you to provide the information to expand upon your point. So I'm just saying, when you're on Twitter and you're getting mad at people for being irritated at these things, take into consideration the people, literally the people that are on Twitter are over 13. Like, they're not kids that are actually watching this. They're just people that are seeing it being tweeted out by Cartoon Network. Also, I know I said it earlier, but let me just point it out there. The website. Please stop copying and pasting links you find Twitter threads and stuff. Like, can you just do a little bit more work than none at all? That's all I'm asking for. Like, you literally have ways to uplift Black activists or other organizations or something or anything, maybe some Black animators to be like, expand your horizons. There could be so much more on that website, information about other so much more. I went to that website and found little to nothing, and I just want more work put in than none at all. It's not even that hard to run this type of site, but they're like, but nah, that means we gotta do real work. And it's like, they're expecting this more for kids. I get it, but the point of the website to learn more is for the parents who will probably want to have a bit more material to work with to then give to their children. I'm just putting it out there. That's more of just like a regular critique than it is like a thing you need to do. You need to expand a little bit more, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not a mandatory thing, but like, I didn't even know you had the website, then I found out you did, and I was like, I'm disappointed. I'm just in general sick of people being like, be glad you got anything, because that's part of a problem too. Because the same people that will shut down the actual criticism are the same people that'll be like, be glad that this is a thing, or it doesn't need to be this, or does it, or basically being like, you should be glad of what you got. Stop criticizing what's there and be glad of what you got. And it's like, okay, that's part of the problem of, if you're Black or if you're POC in general, you know what I'm talking about, of that type of phrasing of like, be glad for what you got. It's like, no, especially in this day and age, I think we should have a standard. Like, we want a little bit more than something that would be revolutionary in the early 90s, you know. I want something a little bit more than that. Hey, sorry, this is after the fact. I actually just realized this after everything. So I went to go check out the website again to take screenshots and whatnot, and this is the end of the thing. This is the website, right? Speak up. This totally isn't a marketing ploy, anything like that. We're so serious. Rebecca approved it. Stamp of approval. Steven Universe. It's great. This is their jank ass website, by the way, that you're supposed to be going to. Speak up. See right there. Videos don't play. That might just be me. Let's see. No, still refreshed it. Still ain't playing. It's their video, by the way. These are their videos, from what I can understand from the caption. It's their videos, because you know that's the most important thing in this situation. Their content, both their videos, and then bullshit ass resources that pretty much you can find under any Instagram or Twitter thread. So yay, information that the black activists and the people who are actually doing something already put in their fucking bios now. Oh yeah, I love that. You're so much icons, like it's crazy. Anyways, I was looking at this, right? I'm like, I recognize this type of shit from Cartoon Network, because this is, it isn't entirely, but this is kind of the vibe I got from their anti-bullying thing back in the day. And sure enough, when I went all the way to the bottom here, I remember their speak up about bullying. And you know, the thing that has way more information now, the Black Lives Matter movement, stuff about racism and prejudice against people of color, period, all that information that you can literally find on Twitter. You know, they didn't think to put in this jank website, but look at their speak up about bullying. And this had to take some years, I'm sure, for them to even get this much. And you know, I could be wrong about that, but I remember it not being as big of a thing as it is right here. And basically most of the time they were just, again, giving other resources that other people took the time to get and really didn't make any for themselves. But they could have literally did something like this, where they link to resources, people to talk to, things like this. It could be a part of their site, just, you know, a little extra thing. It could have been so much, you know what I mean? Like, but of course it's not, because they didn't think this through. This wasn't like a, oh, we're gonna calculate everything we need to do to make this successful. They were like, this is trendy right now. We need to do this now. I'm just gonna put this in somewhere, but this is the shit I'm talking about. This is a prime example. This is a prime example of why I don't like it, why it's a problem. It's not just me going like, you're not doing enough for the blacks. Like, it really isn't. Like, it's really them doing not even the bare minimum of work. Like, that's all I'm saying. Don't do that. Like, that's kind of gross. So yes, I'm actively annoyed with this shit. All you need is a little bit of researches. Maybe you don't have partners yet, but in about talking about what you should do, maybe things you should talk to your kids about, maybe things you should address with your kids, something. Videos from other people, YouTube videos, links, I don't know, something. No, we don't do that. We do the bare minimum here, and it's this. Remember, don't be racist. All that clout we get for the videos, but this is the page with the resources. Don't even link to actual things, just link to, oh my god, wait, what? Why do I have to go through, what? You don't even link me to the actual resources for my kids and shit. You just link me to the exact website. Wow. Right, this is legit. I shouldn't complain about this. The blacks should just be glad we got anything. Love this for me. Love this for my PayPal.
Kommer aldrig känna så här för någon annan.